they're basically already inside.
This is what I talked about with BDS. Sometimes they'll see an opportunity and decide to take it. SiegeGG on the Ash finds the first, or actually has the cover as BDS gets the lock in. They've got the kit. They're going to keep pushing around the side, get a second drop down there on the far side. Don't want to overextend. Not going to go for the blood. Instead for the plant itself. The hatch is being broken above the side of blue. SiegeGG with the cover. The swing round gets dropped, but it's a post plant. And they've tucked themselves around into the far corner. Always has the pickup. With the last of that now, Renshiro, all that's left, holding off this front line that's being pushed. The first is his, the second just sees the barrel of the gun, the third has slipped his way through but reveals themselves. Milon is a hell of a player in these sort of engagements. He's just going to see if he can hold off now as we pass the threshold. Misses the fight, and BDS with a Renshiro 1 versus 3 technical clutch, but time is that 6th man, and it comes through there.
Still Dan on that flank. Near the strip club, is trying to move out. Drone's not in place for BDS to find out where he is. He's playing very patiently here. Doesn't want to make too much sound. That's the drone out. That's the kill. Dan will find him. That's a second entry.
It's going to be a mirror window that stays solid. Lems with a huge rotation. It's whether he even makes it towards the site by the time he finally gets there. Up the top of the stairs, the spray comes across the board. It's BDS inside the site, but he gets caught out. It's a 4 versus 1. Lems finally finds the end of the tail. But at that point, the round is theirs. 1-1.
Always wondering as well where... So be careful though, there's a man prone underneath the table that could have a crossfire. SiegeGG just runs in and gets taken out. BDS with the refrag coming through. A great frag grenade tossed in by Renshiro. Has a second one. If he manages to land that, that could be game changing. But it's a 1v2 situation for him now.
He doesn't have anything else really to work with apart from the hope. Doesn't pan out. Outsiders pull into the lead, and everybody's stacked up either side. SiegeGG goes down in the sprayed engagement, and Dan gets the Lems outside the breach. Suddenly they've lost a lot of control. Renshiro's got to try and find the bite underneath itself. The pick back up will come through, but look at the timer and look at the canisters. Still painting the plant spot with everything in danger. Dan gets a triple for the round himself. Hopped into the smoke. BDS, he cannot stick it there as one more forces him into the guns of Milon. Renshiro up the back stairs gets nothing. And there is a 1 more round for Outsiders.
He's rotated off here, looking for a different player, and we'll find Rask as well, pushing up these back stairs.
The said, he's the one that pulls the movement and makes things happen. Pasha with the spray through the soft, and there's Dan up the back stairs, gets 1 more, but they're getting themselves planted on the site itself. SiegeGG, well, he said that that's no way to go through. The C4 doesn't quite get the catch, but always gets a kill. Suddenly it's a 3 versus 1. SiegeGG outside, he's the only one left, gets a rotate, and gets a little bit past the fight, wins it. Hops back out the window, repositions. They're going to see if they can hold on to this kit. The cover's coming through. The play, he's behind the hard wall. He's been able to slip himself through. Gets 1 more kill. A 1 versus nobody. Dan, wait for the fire. Takes a couple of bits of damage. He had more time. Pasha, he's in a very dangerous position as of this moment in time. All of the players are trying to filter their way back, and it's Dan that takes care of Renshiro. Pasha with the C4 towards the door. Doesn't quite get it off in time. BDS slipped his way through. Milon's trying to make the distance round in the core of it. The impact over the top. Cannot get the connection onto Likefak, who gets himself a double here as the follow-up towards the rest of this. Sprayed and dropped, and BDS finally finds something at the start and the end. That half was a sandwich of pain for them. Outsiders really have to get a bit of a move on here. They're trying to put pressure down. SiegeGG pops his head out around the swing of blue. Milon wants to try and get the pickup on the second fight, but look at the rotation that comes through across the board. It's an absolute slaughter. From there, BDS keep blue, keep the round, and pull themselves 1 more back.
Default game still up, by the way.
Saved by a ping. Is it?
Yes, BDS has been looking over the roof the entire time. Dan will find the first kill onto a Lems. It's going to be a second one to come through from Pasha as well. So a 3-on-5, definitely favored here for Outsiders on their attack if they manage to make this stick.
Oh, there's Likefak gone. There's Pasha getting Renshiro as well. BDS, he might have been watching the default cam, but everybody else is dying everywhere else. Outsiders get a couple of plucky picks inside the site and then decide they want to be insiders. Last time they're on this site, SiegeGG doesn't want to quite hand over the territory. He's ready to swing. It pops out. Dan gets 1. The second is SiegeGG's always in the meantime gets Lems. There's Dan. A 2 versus 2. 30 seconds. They don't quite know where they are. And there's BDS popping up to prove the point. 5 seconds. 2 players left and a kit in pocket. A BDS round.
Managed to secure it this time around.
Always isn't going to stick around and see the rest as the pressure all starts to come around onto this hatch themselves. They're rolling the grenades. They want to try and bounce out, but it's a TMK and 2 down. Oh no! That was almost the worst grenade we've ever seen! I mean, they've given themselves a mountain on the back of this. That will be, a tricky moment. And probably an apology cake in the team room later.
Lems is still sneaking about on the staircase, though, looking to go for a bit of a retake. Could definitely be detrimental here, as Always opens up, but C4 flies out just in time. Finds Always as he walks right in front of it, and Pasha drops now as well.
I mean, a pocket full of seconds. One's going to plant, the other's going to try and get it locked down. Not even that. BDS gets the end with a zapping camera. That is not always the kill cam we see.
Now it's replays. So Medics doesn't take the heat anymore.
Anyway, moral of the story. Pasha almost on the bad end once again of a lick effect surprise strike, and he will be. No, it's Pasha! Lick effect struggles and fails that time round.
As he digs himself in right behind the A bomb chest, but he needs to be careful because there's players still around the highway, which will catch him eventually.
Always has the cover from the swing. They've got it locked down. They're hoping at the C4. It's just in time. Always gets one more 10 seconds. It's BDS as the last clutch factor. We are going to overtime.
We're going to find ourselves with 2 or 3 more rounds before we crown a victor.
A final one now. He's trying to put some quick pressure here up the staircase. It's going to be a swing round fight, and he doesn't quite get the win out. Pasha had the position. Now he's got himself in a bit of a position here. Do they know Renshiro's there? I don't think they do. They're looking towards the hatch. There's a swing and a reveal. Milan's caught from 2 sides. Alem's got the drop on the back line. CC's Alem's next. And there's the difference. A hefty DMR can make an engagement. Pasha and Always the course the back, but Alems has one and Shaiko the other. BDS once again 1 foot ahead. Rask, he's tucked around on the close fight. There's still electricity. There's Likefak swinging onto one side. There's the rest of the wall, but Likefak, he wants to try and take the fight. There it is, locked out a cold kit. There's no way to collect it at this point. BDS, they find themselves with the full 2 points. Outsiders at least scrape 1.
They will continue their unbeaten streak here on Clubhouse.
Hello, Likefak. Bonne soirée. What's up? Congratulations on the victory. How you feel?
I feel good. It was a hard match. Outsider played very, very well. It's my first time to play Outsider in a well. My teammate already played them, but it was hard and happy to win.
Well, what felt like the difficulty in the first half for you and for the entire team? Because it took a few rounds for BDS to kind of get into shape.
The difficulty we have, it's we focused too many attention on the K8 and on their setup instead of playing our game, our playstyle, and that's why we lost too many rounds on this. And at 6-6, I just said, let's play fast, let's destroy them at the early round, let's go, and that's what we did, and we won the round.
Well, nowadays we don't really see much Bandit in play, but we saw it here. You guys, picked it up and played it on, especially on the server and bedroom defense. How is it just Shaiko or specific players that can actually do all the tasks properly and then go back and do what Bandit does with his batteries, or is it just that he's kind of out of the meta now for you?
I mean both. For me, it's important to have the bandit to bandit trick the construction wall and try to lost stuff on the server wall. And Shaiko can do everything and he's good on the bandit. So that's why we play bandit on this side.
Well, Renshiro popped off today as well, and he's usually the more silent person sitting on the side. How does it feel like to always know that no matter what happens, BDS can always come back because somebody on the team will step up and get the necessary kills?
I mean, we have a rule. So every play day, someone has to carry.
Fair.
First one, it was me. Second one was Shaiko. And we all decided that this one was Renshiro. And Renshiro did his job. So
good.
We're okay.
So when is it Alem's turn?
We need to talk LM or BDS next week. We will talk about this. Okay. No worries. We'll see.
Very, very good. I can't wait to see it in practice then. And next week, you go up against Heroic. Now, Heroic, since they won their game, they were telling us in the interview that next play day they'll be playing at boot camp. They're very ready. They're going to get prepared for this big game. What do you have to say to that?
it will be a very interesting interesting match. I already talked with Melo about this, and I hope he wins this match tonight, and he did. So we can have a big fight for next play day.
All right, very much cannot wait for it. That'll be Heroic versus BDS. Make sure you guys are tuning in to watch it. DKFAC, anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Thank you to support us again. Thank you for everything, and thank you to you, Miloš, and others to cast our game. That's really nice. I saw the replay last play day, and you are very, very nice with us. So it's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DKFAC, and thank you guys for playing. Because if it weren't for all the players that give in the best action in the game, then none of us would be able to do our job. So hey, it's a good ecosystem, if you ask me, with everybody kind of supporting one another. But DKFAC, thank you again. Congratulations on the victory, and we hope to see you next week versus Heroic. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.